Did it work? We got another one. How much was it? That's
200.
Oh my God, it's on Jeff.
Jacob was afraid.
I wonder what the name was. I'll look at it later.
Lunch with Leah, Season 2, Episode 5.
Hi, it's me coming out of the dead. I had that gonky flu for 10 days. So if you haven't heard from me and you're a personal friend of mine, this is why. I'm not ignoring you. I'm ignoring everybody. Even look at my nails. My nails are so bad that I couldn't wear my jewelry today. Do you notice it's the first time you've ever seen me without a ring on? It's like if you can't have your nails done, you don't deserve to put your rings on. I didn't even open the safe today. Put on my Leah Black costume jewelry. This I did have on already. And this was my gift from my son for Christmas. And this is the costume jewelry. I couldn't get it together, but I did put my thing on. Oh, RJ, of course he picked out diamonds. Hello. Of course his dad paid for it. And Roy said, I kept trying to talk him into other stuff, and he kept saying, nope, I think Mom likes diamonds. I'm like, good boy, RJ, good boy. Oh, notice. Brito, famous world-renowned artist, sends me this for Christmas. How fabulous do I look? I'm deciding whether to take it to LA or just keep it here. It's just so great. It's cute, isn't it? I am a cartoon character, am I not? I can't tell you. Let's see. Oh, well, what did everybody do over the holidays? Well, I was in LA most of the time. The weather was really good and fantastic. Now, of course, today they have all these floods. These houses are falling down the hills, and people are dying. It's so sad. It's devastating. But, yep, climate change is definitely not a hoax, if you're listening. I'm sure they're listening in the White House. So I went to see some movies. The Thread was fabulous, and then I did the research on it. I gave you the book on it, Jason. It's in your little bag.
Okay.
And it was about Balenciaga. That's who it was based on. And he's very eccentric. It's real. It's a movie that you two would like. It's just very fascinating.
Nice.
Then I saw All the Money in the World, which was the kidnapping of J. Paul Getty. Now, I was really young back when that happened, but I remember that story about the ear, where they cut off the ear and mailed it. So I don't remember the details. Roy knew all the details, but it was really good. And then I read in the paper that Michelle Williams, who played the mom of J. Paul Getty's grandchildren, got $1,000 to reshoot the film. Because they replaced Christopher Plummer from Kevin Spacey because of the sex scandal. Wahlberg got $1.5 million.
And it was a $10 million budget for the reshoot.
Would
That's what they gave them. It was $10 million.
be screaming. That is so wrong on so many levels. Now, what happened? This is what I think happened. She's like, you know what? I'm so glad that you're not going to use this sexual predator, and for the good of the film and the good of the cause, I'll do my part, whatever.
Right.
And he's got his agent manager in there going, well, you want him, this big star, you're going to pay for it. It's just so wrong
She needs
on
a better
so
agent.
many levels. She needs a better manager and agent, but really, I mean, he should be ashamed of himself too.
Absolutely.
He should be ashamed. They should all be ashamed of themselves. They all should have done it for the betterment of the movie and said, listen, we'll take it on the back end. The movie's really successful, give us a bonus. They should have been team players, but I'm really mad at him. They did open Wahlburgers on Sunset Boulevard, and we kept waiting every day for it to be open. I said, I hope they have vegetable burgers, better than where's the veggie burger and In-N-Out. But it wasn't opening until we were leaving, and so we didn't get to go. But I saw someone posting on Instagram where he was there doing selfies, and they made a hamburger joint out of what used to be this Italian restaurant. But RJ wanted to go. He was like, oh, Mom, I want to go to Wahlburgers. I want to go to Wahlburgers. But anyway, it didn't happen. We'll go another time. But you better give some of that money to Michelle.
Comments are coming in. They love the artwork.
They love what?
They love the artwork, and they love your hair.
Oh, I got my hair lightened in LA. What do you think? I mean, they just kind of bleached it all out. What the hell? It won't last long. My roots will be in soon. Let's see. And then The Darkest Hour with Churchill. We saw that. And what's his name? Gary Oldman? Got Best Actor at the Golden Globes. However, I read some things about him that weren't so nice after he won it too. You can't judge these people and their acting skills and their performances by who they are in real life, because really, I mean, a lot of them are kind of got some dark secrets. But the best one I thought that I saw was I, Tonya. Oh my God, you gotta see it. And the woman that won the Best Supporting Actress that played her mother was brilliant. She stole the show. But that was with Margot Robbie, who we have a picture of hers right there. Look at this. She's got my handbag in the cover of one of the magazines, a big magazine. So we love her. But anyway, so that was that. But you got to go see that I, Tonya. The mother stole the show.
She won the Golden Globe too, didn't she?
Yeah, she won the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor.
They want to know how was The Darkest Hour.
The Darkest Hour was brilliant. I'm telling you, it was really good. It was educational. And it's based on history. I like films that actually have a real storyline to them that were based on all the films we saw were Balenciaga, Churchill, I, Tonya, and the Getty one. All of them had real stories. I'm not really into that science fiction and all that kind of stuff. So New Year's Eve, I went to see Frankie Grande. Let's see, I thought I had sent a picture of him to be printed out. I guess I didn't. It didn't come through because I did send it. Anyway, he performed the lead in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So his mom treated RJ, me, and Roy and gave us a front row table at the end of the stage, wouldn't let us pay for anything, paid for the dinner, paid for the tickets, paid for the champagne, paid for everything. And then they did the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Frankie Grande is one of the most talented actors, comedians, dancers, sing everything. He's fabulous in it. But it was very kind of X-rated, sexy, gayish. And RJ's eyes, I looked over, I thought they were going to pop out of his head. I mean, he was like taking it all in, like, wow.
That was probably a bit much for him.
It was a little bit much. He's only 16. And I said, RJ, it's just a show. People don't really do that. Wink, wink. But it was fabulous. And Frankie was fabulous. And then he came down with pneumonia. And then he's going to perform again the next Saturday. Bless his heart. Anyway, so that was great. He was going to come to my party, and that's how I knew he had a pneumonia. He couldn't come. I got sick. Everybody, Jeff Lewis got sick for 2 weeks. Everybody I know got sick. Julie Goldman got sick. Everybody got sick with the skunk, whatever it is. Let's see. Oh, my earrings, LeahBlack.com. Hello. They're not expensive. I think they're $95 or something. Yeah. I should have just said that they were pink diamonds. Oh, so then we went to the fabulous restaurants. Of course, everything in LA is dictated by what RJ wants to do. So he wants to go. Listen to his taste. I'm like, at 16, why aren't we going to the IHOP?
Yes, we're driving 50.
It's terrible. I feel like Lisa Rinna on there going, my daughters grew up to be normal as they're getting IV drips, on the show. But, of course, RJ had to go to the Ivy. Just had to go to the Ivy. Then Il Piccolino is probably the most spectacular Italian restaurant in the world, but it's not cheap. Then he has to go to Rayo's. Rayo's I'm not a big fan of, but he loves it. Bill from Disney loves it. Roy like it. It's very that heavy Italian. They love it. I don't love that one, but they do. And then outside eating at Sunset Plaza is fabulous. Let me check my fabulous Delta. Oh, my chair on the side. It's all sticking out, the guys are telling me. See, when you get all that bleach put in it, what happens? I don't know. Just a big mistake. Oh, well, just pretend I'm fabulous. Pretend that's me. And so then we go to BOA, which is indoor-outdoor. It's just spectacular. We went to all the best shows. We went to all the best restaurants. Then, of course, I had to take RJ shopping because every time I ask RJ and Roy, what do you want for Christmas? They don't want anything. Roy Jr., what do you want for Christmas? Nothing. You don't want anything. RJ, you want anything for Christmas? No. So I got him a credit card with $500 limit on it, and he'll use it for pizza. That's all he'll use it for. If I give Roy something, it'll be a Wall Street Journal. I mean, they don't want anything. So I'm like, okay. I already took all of Roy's cufflinks and turned them into earrings. I've taken his watches and made them fit me. I mean, what else can I do? I've given most of his shoes away to friends of mine. I mean, this is so simple. So RJ, though, did turn out that he liked, what was it that I bought him? It wasn't, we're in Beverly Hills. I said, RJ, I love a man wearing a pinky ring. So we go into David Yurman. It's a nice place because they have good men's ring there. I'm thinking I'll get something for under $500. Of course. Yep. This kid combs the whole store and decides on the most expensive ring in the store.
He's his mother's son.
Gold coins all the way around. They only made 20 or 30 of them. They're authentic gold coins. They had a history to them. They were from a shipwreck and all this stuff. And of course, his finger's so big, you pay by the weight of the gold. By the time I got out there, I'm like, I could have gone to Hermes. But then I made sure that it fits my thumb. So that in the event he doesn't wear it ever, I'll wear it. Same thing I did with his Hermes belt. Then I bought him a jacket. You'll love this. I've never catch anything. Look at me, I'm still sick. I never catch anything on sale. Ever. I never catch a sale. So we're at Barney's because he likes to eat at Fred's for lunch. We have to go to Fred's for lunch. And they had a big sale. I walked over and he does need a new blazer. He needed a blue blazer because he outgrows blue blazer. Turns out Long Gone had one off, 75% off. It looks stunning on him. So we bought him that, and that was his entire Christmas. And Roy still doesn't have a Christmas present. Well, you know what, Roy? If you don't like anything, I'm going to go buy myself a diamond after I do my nails. And then I had a party at my house, and let's see who all came. Well, I wasn't going to have a party. And then everybody got sick. And then we said, well, let's have one anyway. And then we had it just a couple of days before we left. A lot of people were still out of town from the holidays. And a lot of people were sick. But we did have some fun guests. Of course, Jeff and Gage came. And of course, I loaded their daughter up with jewelry for the holidays. I mean, everything that I want, if I were a year old, I got for her. I'm now living vicariously through her. I mean, I can't afford what I want anymore, so I'll just be buying jewelry for her.
You know Jeff's taking that
Oh,
home.
he's
Put that on the
loving
college. Put that ring on the college.
They're
spread.
loving it, yeah. And Frankie got sick and couldn't come. Lisa Renna was going to come, but then her daughter was home for the last night, so she didn't come. And then Janice Dickinson didn't come. Those are the ones that didn't come. And then Lance and Michael were out of town, so they didn't make it. But all the regulars, other regulars, were there. And it was just a hoot. I think Heather sent out a picture with her and Chaz and a few people, what's his name, Ross Matthews, and a few people like that. And I saw there was some chatter on Twitter about that, but it was kind of fun. And then I did Jeff's radio show. Oh my God, he's so good on the radio. I said, you're going to be the next Rush Limbaugh / Howard Stern. He was amazing on the radio. He's so good. So when I go on, it's me and him and Gage, and we just sit and talk like we do at our kitchen table. I mean, we just sit and gab and gossip, and nobody holds anything back. And I mean, Jeff of all people doesn't hold anything back. Sometimes I'm holding my breath, going, I thought I was out there. But it was the funniest show. You have to go.
It needs to be 2 hours.
It needs to be 2 hours. You have to go on Andy Cohen Live, and he's now going to be on 2 days a week anyway, I think. But you have to go on 2 days. Go on Andy. Radio Andy, and download the app of the Jeff Lewis Show. He had people calling in talking about their experiences over the holidays with their family.
It was so funny.
I couldn't. It was
I laughed out loud a lot. It was a great hour.
The first one it called in, so they got in a fight, and somebody called her a CUNT, and then another one called in about somebody getting arrested. It was the funniest show I've ever heard in my life, and I think even the radio station just loved it. But it was so good. But if you go, how do you download it?
You go to a Sirius XM radio. You have to be a subscriber, and then you look for the Radio Andy schedule and look for Jeff Lewis Live.
Yeah.
And that's on demand. You can look at it on demand.
And you need to tweet them and tell them you went on demand and you signed up for that because of me and my big mouth.
I thought it was funny when Jeff was talking about the holiday dinner they had gone to and the fundraising sessions where they all asked for money.
He was spilling all the tea, talking about his relatives, and I'm like, Jeff, you know they may hear this. I don't care. That's what happened. It was just hilarious. It was one of the best, funniest shows I've ever heard on radio. I want to find it.
Everyone's agreeing.
Everyone's agreeing. Gotta listen to it. Oh, Lord. And thank you, Jeff, for always having me as a fabulous guest. And I mentioned some of my products on there, and some people actually ordered them. I was like, wow, that's interesting. It was fun. And so the weather was great, but everybody had the flu. I only took the little dog with me. And, of course, everybody on the plane just loves the little dogs. And while I was gone, James and Jason held down the fort, and we still got our tents out to Puerto Rico. We still got the orphanage things out to Today's Promise in Haiti. What are you laughing about?
Ryan Holt says, I was also called a CUNT at Christmas, and it was probably warranted. Maybe they were talking about him.
You should have called into the radio show. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe that was your relative calling in. Who knows? It was just so funny. And so we now have our Patreon, patreon.com/Leah Black, where we have our exclusive content where you can sign up. We have an advice column, a political show, a and you can get personalized phone calls, personalized happy birthday calls, personalized whatever you want. You can subscribe. It's just something we're doing for fun, but we've had a good reception. In fact, our first sign up is this girl that sells this lipstick called Power Lips, and it's so fabulous. I have it on. It actually stays on forever. I don't even know which one I'm on. You have to go to hello@leahblack.com. I'll tell you where to get it from this girl. It's not that expensive. It stays on forever. I just loved it. Her name is Stacey Stoughton or something, but it was amazing. So I loved it, and I bought some more, and then she sent a bunch of stuff for Puerto Rico for the charity. So God bless her.
So send us the website, Stacey, so we
send us the website, Stacey, so we can buy it. I'll buy more. Then, of course, I had to watch the Golden Globes the other night. I missed half of it. I watched it off and on because I was so sick in the bed. Plus, I'm reading that Fire and Fury Trump book. I'm 70% of it through. I'll bring it, and you guys, everybody's got to buy it. Fire and Fury by somebody Wolf, W-O-L-F-A or something. Oh, my God. It is a gang that cannot shoot straight. It is all the inside gossip at the White House, and it is so specific and so... It's just chilling to read what goes on in there, whether you're a fan or not a fan. It's just fascinating and interesting. So Fire and Fury, I was just glued to reading that. I read it all on the plane. I'm 70% finished. I couldn't put it down until I kept going to sleep from being sick. But anyway, in the middle of that, I'm watching Golden Globes, and obviously this was kind of the year of Versace, all the Versace gowns. Yes. And I went into Versace in Beverly Hills. I went to one location, they had nothing to pick from. I went to the second location, and they had some great things to pick from. And the girl remembered me. She said, "Didn't I sell you that long black Versace gown for your gala one year? Remember that long black one when Sarah was working?" I said, "Yeah, it's still in my closet. I wore it once. It's size 0, I think." But anyway, so that was that. And then, of course, you know,
Oprah looked amazing in that black Versace. That's hilarious.
Oh, was that Versace? Yeah, she did.
People are saying that they think that Radio Andy should have lunch with Leah as a radio show. They think that would be funny.
They should just have me, period.
People are saying, "I agree, bravo, we need a Leah Black show."
You've got to tag Radio Andy and tag, Radio Andy.
Yeah,
and tell them you want to listen to me in the car. Get all wound up. So this is what I sent everybody for Christmas. And when everybody came to my party, they left with a gift. So this is what I gave them. This was a cup that says, "I hate when I wake up in the morning and Donald Trump is still president." And everyone loved their cups. I mean, people were raving about their cups.
I drink Patron out of it every morning. As I'm contemplating the statement.
Oh, see, I didn't even wear a watch. I felt my hands did not deserve any real jewelry today. Let's see what time it is. I checked my time. So remember, I was commenting when we did the Heather podcast, which you should also download, the Juicy Scoop podcast with Heather and I in Tampa. That was funny, wasn't it? Yeah. But anyway, I commented about Markle and how she looked like a high school cheerleader. She didn't come out looking like a princess, and everyone, "Oh, I can't believe you said that," and and then that little ring that I had to get the magnifying glass out to see. Well, now, of course, there's a whole big article in Vanity Fair, one of the magazines, about how she's now transforming herself for her new photo shoot from a commoner to a princess. Hello!
You called her.
I was right. She should have done it before she came out and introduced herself to the public the first time. You're going into the royal palace. You're going to be wearing the queen's jewels. Look the part. I'm sure she's a lovely girl.
She planned it that way.
Well, and you know,
it's like transition.
Oh, please, you know. You get one chance at a first impression. She needed a manicure worse than I did on that day. And then she's showing that little ring that needed a magnifying glass. And then she's got that polyester coat that's tying all up, making her look heavier than she is. No, she needs to be sleek, fabulous, Princess Grace, Audrey Hepburn, elegant, Princess Diana, fabulous on her coming out party. But anyway, she's cleaned up her act and apparently did a big photo shoot and they look beautiful. And the big question is whether Trump will be invited to the wedding, and they don't want to invite him, I don't think, and feeling pressure because they don't want to snub him, but I think they should just snub him.
So she also had to delete all of her personal social media yesterday. So her Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts have been deleted.
Oh, well. Poor girl. She's now into the... Well, remember Fergie when she's
locked in.
She's
Have you been watching The Crown?
Oh, The Crown was so good.
It was
I
awesome.
binge-watched
I
it.
binge-watched it too. It was so good.
Now, let's talk about the lowest hanging fruit, the Real Housewives. Well, I watched for the first time last night. I missed the first two because I went in LA. I just don't have the time to watch everything. I'm too busy doing stuff and seeing people and being sick with the flu and all the rest of it. Shopping with RJ and going to dinner and lunch and all being fabulous. So last night I watched Beverly Hills for the first time. You know, they always bring it, those girls. Whether the story is good or not, the backdrop and the glamour and the glitz and the lifestyle carries the show. And everything else is just an add-on. It's just a bow on top. But that Erica, I mean, she does spend a lot of money looking fabulous, but she does do it. I mean, when she came out with that pink wig and when she came out with those boots up to her crotch, and then she's going to a restaurant where you have to take your shoes off. I mean, it was just hilarious. It's just so funny. And then
Lisa Rinna's over there pulling them off for her.
Oh yeah, I mean, Lisa Rinna. To me, Lisa Rinna and Erica and Dorit are kind of stolen the show so far in what I saw last night. But anyway, and then Lisa Rinna's daughters are making it into the big time, shooting for Vogue in Japan. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It was just very glamorous. I just loved it. And then Kyle had her dinner party where they didn't have any power, and I started laughing to myself. I was like, well, that's kind of a metaphor for something, and I'm not sure.
Yes.
And then that Dorit has got on her, she's got to be in her bonnet about Lisa Rinna. And that's just, they're just waiting for the time for the blow up.
Yeah.
And then the other girl's kind of uneventful, but she's really gorgeous to look at. And she'll probably find her way as it goes along. But I think she's a little taken back by some of this. You know, she's maybe like not used to that. And but yeah, I think she and Dorit are going to get into it. Dorit's going to get into it with Lisa Rinna, and she's going to get into it with the Teddy Metal Account.
And Camille's going to have a part somewhere this season because
I hope so. Otherwise, she's like a potted plant.
Yeah.
She's just there.
No, they've brought her in this season, but they didn't make her full time for some reason. But there's definitely
they
some
didn't make
conflict.
her full time for some reason because she's just there. I'm waiting for her to show up.
Well, we saw her new boyfriend last night.
Yeah, he's very cute, and I love her, but she needs to
He's
show
probably
up.
terrified.
Show up. Oh, I'm sure he was traumatized when he left. And then the New Jersey finale, I guess, is coming up. Is it tonight or one day this week, whatever? And apparently they closed the Gorga's new restaurant to open a bigger restaurant. I think that's a mistake. Number one, it may not be true. Number two, always have them wanting more. Have the lines waiting outside. Don't go for the big overhead. Mistake. Call me next time.
Well, apparently they had to, like, they couldn't renew or something like that. And
well,
then
that
they were
was
looking
stupid.
for
If you
bigger.
get into a situation and you put money into a building and then you don't have the option to renew it, mistake number two. Call me next time. And then would I like to see Danielle full time? A question came in. I don't know. Let's see. She doesn't bother me.
Tonight's the finale.
I think when Caroline and her were on together, it was really good.
That's when
that was when it was really good. But
Yeah.
now she's gotten more zen and she's doing yoga and she's getting along with Teresa, which is ticket to stay on the show. I don't know. Let's see what she does. I don't have any problem with her, but I was disappointed Ziggy left. I liked Ziggy. I thought Ziggy brought it. I thought she was hilarious to watch, fun to watch. She wasn't, I don't know if she was fired, not invited back, or she really did quit. But I thought, listen, it didn't hurt having her on the show. She helped stir it up. Anyway.
So people are saying the New Jersey Housewives is horrible. Ryan Holt wants to know, do you think Portia on The Real Housewives of Atlanta is as dumb as she plays on TV, or is it just an act?
Portia. Oh, she's beautiful to look at from the waist up.
I think she's crazy like a fox.
I think she knows how to stir it up. I didn't like the fact that she gets physical and beats the hell out of people. And for that reason alone, I wouldn't have her on there. Because she's had 2 or 3 incidences where she got violent and physical with people. Yep. But she's pretty good for the show, I guess. You know, whatever. I don't know. Atlanta, I have to think about that a little bit. I don't know. Is it that good this year? I think the ratings were up. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I can't really say.
It's been okay.
So speaking of what signs hate, okay, listen to this one. Now, Aries hate this, and RJ's an Aries. Vulnerability. And that's true. RJ thinks everyone should be a warrior. He's like, get up, pick yourself up. Get up, get it done. Yeah, and Jeff's an Aries. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. Taurus don't like change. And I think about that. They're family people. They're very solid, and they stick to the path. And I know some Tauruses.
I'm on the cusp of both of those two. I'm exactly those two things.
Taurus do have a streak of stubborn in them.
I do.
Oh, God, James, I can't deal with that. I told you at RJ 2 weeks early to make sure he wasn't a Taurus. I cannot deal with stubborn. Gemini don't like social isolation. Who's a Gemini? Do you guys know any? I don't know. Who? I don't know any.
Just a couple people.
Cancer don't like criticism. Well, I don't know. They're too sensitive. One of my sisters is Cancer. I guess I'll have to stop criticizing her in there. Leo don't like being ignored. Yeah, I know a few Leo. They just think they have to be the star of the show all the time. It gets a little old after a while. Virgo, they don't like loud environments and people. I could have been a Virgo, but I'm not. Libra doesn't like conflict. I could have been a Libra. Are you a Libra? No, you're Sagittarius. Scorpio doesn't like socializing. That's funny. They sure can bite. They are stingers. Sagittarius don't like lying. That's why Jason and I get along, because he's a Sagittarius. I can't stand people that lie. To me, that just, you lie, and I just can't deal with you, because I never know who or what you're saying, thinking, doing, or you're just like, it's icky. Capricorns don't like failure. Aquarius, they don't like commitment. Well, Roy's been married 22 years. He didn't get the memo. Pisces don't like confrontation. I'm a Pisces. I don't like confrontation.
Pisces is my best sign.
But I will tell you, if you confront me, be prepared for the backlash. I will take it and take it and take it, and when I am done, I will win the argument and you're done. Now, listen to this. Oh my God. Dr. Phil, who's supposed to be helping everybody with their addictions and their problems. It may have been a surprise for viewers of Dr. Phil to see Todd Herzog, the winner of Survivor in China, appear completely drunk in an episode in 2013, blowing a whopping .263, which is 3 times over the legal limit to drive, in a breathalyzer test. But even more shocking was the bombshell allegation that Herzog, now 32, is making. In a joint investigative story between STAT and the Boston Globe published on Thursday, Herzog, who at the time was battling alcohol addiction, claims that he was stone cold sober when he arrived to the Dr. Phil show in Los Angeles for the taping and found a bottle of Smirnoff vodka in his dressing room. Herzog said he was unable to resist the bottle and claims that once he had, a show staffer gave him a Xanax to calm his nerves.
Oh my gosh.
Now that is not good for your reputation or your brand, Dr. Phil. But you can't blame someone else for putting the candy there and you eating it. But on the same time, they really shouldn't have put it there. With that budget, they should have known. So our fabulous guest, tell me.
People, kind of related to Dr. Phil. People are asking about Oprah. They want to know, do you think that she's going to run?
I don't think she
Carmen
should.
from Candice.
Go with someone with experience, knows how to govern, knows how to legislate, can restore the world stage, that knows what they're doing. I think we've had enough actors in Hollywood.
I think we've realized what can happen.
We had Ronald Schwarzenegger running California into the ground. We had Ronald Reagan, who completely gutted the drug thing, where people are still in jail 40 years later for smoking pot. And now we have this frump in the White House that can't do anything right. No, stick to your gig, do it, be popular, everyone loves you, stay there, and let someone with governing experience, legislative experience, those types of things lead the country. It is not a business person's job. It is not where you get to tell people what to do. You have to build a consensus. You need people that have experience in government. My vote is Joe Biden. Even with his age, I don't care. And the reason I say that is he will surround himself with the smartest and the best, and he will make the decisions, and they can carry the riffraff load. But he will restore credibility, he will restore honor, he will restore integrity and dignity and statesmanship to the office. He's a consummate professional. He knows the business inside and out. He knows the people inside and out. The world has respect for him, and we have to recover from this, quackadoodle.
Everybody's in agreement.
Yay! I'm Joe Biden! And by the way, he wrote my son an excuse to miss school one day to hear him come to my house and talk. So I love him even more. Shop UK, leahblackco.uk. This blogger, check out her blogger, Georgia's GEORGIAS Gab GAB blog.wordprocess.com
WordPress.
and follow her WordPress.com. Follow her on social media at Georgia_1. She's promoting our products. Isn't she the cutest thing?
Yes.
Over in the UK, and we have a great little distributor over there, and they're doing very well.
Yeah.
I think they got some of the housewives, Emily, including Dawn, using our products and so on and so forth. So I was going to close by giving you what 12. This is a thing. You know, you gotta work on yourself every day. So what I think we need to do every day, I look for something that can improve myself, whether it's my behavior, my attitude, my performance, my goal setting, whatever it is. So I was reading that the 12 things successful people typically do on Friday afternoon. This is a new habit we have to start. Most of these things I automatically do, but we're going to pay attention. They reflect on their accomplishments from the week. Well, they won't take us long. 30, that's a second, hot minute.
That's the first 5 minutes of the day.
Then they figure out the priorities for the next week. We always do that. They establish a schedule to do for the following week. We do that. They carve out downtime for the following week. We don't do that. Everything is downtime here because we just laugh and giggle and have fun. They get organized. We do that. They look at their calendar for the following week. We all do that. They let people know how accessible they'll be that weekend. I never do that. I'm out of town every weekend. I'm not accessible. No, I'm kidding. They tie up loose ends. I always try to do that. They think about their weekend plans. I rarely do that. I like to have a spontaneous weekend.
I agree.
But I guess if you're a real high producer, you want to leverage your time, you would do that. I'm
Yeah.
not a real high producer. I'm a loser producer. They plan a fun Friday activity. I usually just plan dinner with RJ and Roy on Friday nights, or they plan it and I show up. They acknowledge others' accomplishments and hard work. Well, in case I forget on Friday, let me go ahead and acknowledge your accomplishments and hard work for the week. And just consider that for the next 3 months in case I forget. They say goodbye to people around the office. I never say goodbye, I just fucking leave.
Sometimes Jason and I have conversations for 10 minutes after you.
All right, I'm gonna tease you. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes of politics. What is this?
So people wanted to know about your handbags
handbags.
and where they can purchase them or how to purchase them.
This one's only a couple $100.
Yeah.
And you can acquire it hello@leahblack.com for the wholesale prices because we sell them wholesale to our customers.
Yeah. So if you see one you like,
this one's only
email
like they're all under a couple $100. How fabulous is this one? I love
And
these
it's just
bags.
email hello@leahblack.
hello@leahblack.com, but you can view them all on the
Yes.
website. And then, of course, I love them. I could wear them on my ears if they were a little bit smaller.
Dale Terry says Monroe's picture at Christmas with the Chanel necklaces is another Leah in the making.
Isn't that the fabulous? And did you see she had that gorgeous Esprit-looking brooch on that
too
I
cute.
gave her with the diamonds and the turquoise? Oh my God, it was gorgeous. And then I gave her I gave her a diamond drop. I gave her, oh my God, I gave her an M, a gold M
Yep.
to wear around her neck. I gave her a gold bracelet. I mean, I just did too much, but
Her Auntie Leah.
Auntie Leah. It was so much fun! And I told Jeff and them, they let her hair out one day, and it was so fabulous. I said, you got to get Chaz Dean, who's a really good friend, to snip and give her a little shape to her hair and start wearing it funky and fabulous,
Yeah, cute.
instead of
Yeah.
in a ponytail. All little girls have ponytails. Make her chic and fabulous. Give her that old blondie look,
Yeah. Like a little Twiggy.
So I'm going to tease you with a couple of little politic things, and then I'll shut up about it, and then we'll close out. In an Oval Office meeting, Trump raged about immigrants coming to the country, according to the officials. Haitians, they all have AIDS, he snapped. Nigerians, after seeing America, they won't want to go back to their huts. Oh my God, I can't believe this guy's leading the country. Now he's sending all the Ecuadorians back and Salvadorians back and the Nicaraguans back, and the Supreme Court in California, or the state Supreme Court in California just voted that he cannot do that. That's going to be they blocked it. That's going to be a big shit show. He says, this is what Trump's guide to diversity, someone tweeted. Haitians have AIDS, Nigerians live in huts, American Indians are called Pocahontas. Black Americans are disrespectful ingrates. Remember when he said, you have nothing to lose by voting for me. You live these horrible lives in these poverty-stricken places. Mexicans are criminals and rapists. Muslims are evil terrorists, and women treat them like shit. Women, he treats them like shit. And white supremacists are very fine people. Oh my God, I just had to laugh so much. All right, so I'm not going to go on into any more politics as much as I would like to. I'll save that for our
Patreon.
Patreon.com/Leah Black. What is this? The Hollywood Reporter. Oh, never you mind. Okay, my quote of the week. And actually, this is one of my taglines, and I have it on one of my pillows.
It was one of your taglines. Season 3.
I try to live my life like every single thing I do really does matter. And I really do. And I think if everyone lived their life that way, the world would be different. Like, don't throw litter on the grass. It matters. Don't smoke cigarettes. It matters. Don't hate. It matters. I mean, if you just live, if you think about every single thing you did, if you live your life like every single thing really does matter, it's life altering and it can change the world. So let's share that and help everyone live their life like everything really does matter, and the world will be better this year. 2018 is going to be a blue tsunami at the elections. I had fun, and I'll see you guys next week, noon Wednesday, and also follow us on patreon.com/Leah Black.